My role is I'm an organizer. And what I've been telling people in the Bernie movement that I'm a part of, amongst Democratic Socialists, amongst Muslim and Arab American communities, is like, look, this election is about choosing your opponent in the White House. Me personally, I have chosen my opponent, and I want my opponent to be Vice President Joe Biden, because with Vice President Joe Biden, I'm not saying that I'm going to be able to hold him accountable, but at least I'm going to have the room to build movement, right? In a way that right now, Donald Trump is showing us that he's suppressing us. He has federal agents snatching people like me off the streets and kidnapping us. This is the kind of, and if you give him 4 more years, we don't even know what he's capable of doing and the type of powers that this executive office has. But now, I have to go back and think about, can I still motivate my community? Will I do everything that I can to motivate my community to vote? And that's why I'm going to be supporting them on local races and supporting local brilliant folks across the country that are running in the November race, in hopes that those races that we work around in the different swing states trickle to the top. Because the top right now has disappointed the communities that I come from, and I'm not sure if I can get them to a better place from now until November.
That's so well said. I mean, you just think about one of the movements that you've been a part of is the Women's March. It was, until the uprisings of the last few months, the largest, uprising march in history. And so if you can't move the president with those two events, significant events, and by the way, those are two voting blocks that are probably going to swing this election, Black voters and women, and especially Black women, then how are you going to move any president like Donald Trump? He's completely ignorant of the people's movement, and it's I think you're right. I think I heard someone, I think it was Matt Stoller, said something like, even more so than Obama, which was not great. Joe Biden, at least, I mean, as much as he's like a compromiser, he at least will have a conversation with the left in a way that, listen, the DNC went back on some progress that even in Joe Biden's own platform. Yeah. The DNC has gone even more conservative, which is crazy. I don't think that's ever happened in history. So it's shocking. So in terms of let's just play out like a Biden presidency, what do you think are the priorities in the first 100 days to organize around, if it's Joe Biden?
If it's Joe Biden, I think one of the things he's already confirmed publicly, and we're going to have to hold him to it, is reversing the Muslim ban immediately. I think federal minimum wage, that is very easy to do. You got to do it. Just get on that, get a piece of paper, start signing some things. I think there's an opportunity, while I know that he has publicly said he does not support Medicare for all, but I need him to start working on the expansion of healthcare immediately. We are in a global pandemic, Nomi. We know so many people personally. I'm in New York, as you know. I mean, I'm not right now, but I'm from New York. And I just know too many people that have died from this pandemic. And a lot of these people didn't have health care. So I need him to understand that this is an absolute red alert emergency. Another thing that I need him to do is I need him to protect our undocumented young people. DACA, you need to put that back and make sure it's holistic, and start thinking about what you're going to do for the parents of these children. So while we may not be able to yet get comprehensive immigration reform, the president, as we know, does have powers that they are able to use for executive orders in the meantime. I think that there are also opportunities around some foreign policy issues, just to kind of put some things on the record, because we are going to be in big trouble if we don't start reversing some of the course of the things that Donald Trump has put forth and the type of relationships that we now have around the world, which weren't good before, but Donald Trump has fueled and made even worse. So those are some of the things I've been thinking about for the first 100 days. But for me, I'm more focused, Nomi, on thinking about 2022. I'm really thinking about who are the folks we're going to run, how many more people can we add to the chorus of progressives in Congress, and what are we going to do in 2024. 2024, Joe Biden is not going to run in 2024. The progressive left has to start today, actually really yesterday, figure out who it is that we are going to get behind now, not wait a year before 2024 or 6 months before and put forth the progressive candidate to run a primary. We need to know now who those people are that we're going to support, have those conversations now. So I'm committed to a 2024 that may be an election where we're able to actually put forth someone that we could be proud of, someone where we don't have to say, come on, folks, lesser of two evils. Come on, folks, fascism, not fascism. I want to be able to say, wow, I'm supporting a president that aligns with our values. So those are the conversations that I'm committed to over the next, and not just conversations, but work that I'm committed to And also when it comes to legislators, we have, as you saw in New York, every election, we take out 6 incumbents in one shot. I mean, it's remarkable what we've been able to accomplish in New York City. I just ran a young Muslim man named Zohran Mamdani for office in Astoria.
My district.
Yeah, that's right. And a lot of people thought we were crazy. They were like, what? Who's Zohran Mamdani and how is he going to get money? And a lot of people, even progressive organizations, to be quite honest, Nomi, didn't really jump behind him except for DSA, which are my people, which are our friends and bold and courageous. And you know what? Zohran is going to the state legislature. Yeah. He is a vehement pro-BDS, progressive on every issue. He's like $15 is not enough. Give everybody health care. Like, that's who he is, and that's how he won in the district. The last thing that I'll say for us, Nomi, is that the progressive left really has to understand that we got to put our differences aside and we have to unite in the way that the right unites. We're not going to always agree on everything, and that's okay. But we have to find places where we align, and we got to start organizing right now. Another reason why we have to defeat Trump, and I want people to hear this very clearly from me, that Supreme Court is already in trouble. And we cannot allow Donald Trump to not only appoint more Supreme Court justices, because your friend Ruth Ginsburg is a great lady, but you know what? She's not going to live forever. And so we have to remember the Supreme Court is still on the line, although it's already leaning conservative. And Donald Trump has appointed 1/4 of the United States federal judges on these benches in your state.
Horrifying.
So
horrifying.
The last thing that I need is to give Donald Trump 4 more years to appoint more conservative judges around the country. So forget about Joe Biden, forget about Kamala Harris, forget about, Joe Biden was disrespectful to this one and to that one, and we'll deal with him later. I cannot allow this president to continue to appoint federal judges around the country and to take the Supreme Court to a place of no return. We're already almost to a place of no return, but we really could be at a place of no return and literally take us back 50 years on multiple issues that we've gained over the last 3 decades.
Exactly. Hear, hear. Thanks for watching and listening to The Nomiki Show. But remember to click like and subscribe on YouTube, and please share on social media. If you're not already a patron, please join us for as low as $5 a month on patreon.com/The Nomiki Show for early and special content. That investment makes a huge difference. We are not corporate media raking in the dough. It's really you guys that are keeping us going. So please consider being a patron. And to our current patrons, thank you so much. We are incredibly grateful to you. We also now have swag. So check us out on thenomikishow.com to get your mugs, your totes, and your stickers.